Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today I'm going to make a video that I guess I'm going to have to make 100 times because it seems like when I read DMs from regular followers and stuff, even though I've made this video multiple times, it's come out a couple times this year already, in the last year I've definitely put it up with this same message. I still get people who want to talk to me at length about their testosterone levels who have no desire to use testosterone. Okay? And I want people to understand no matter how much people market to you, no matter how much people market this to you, if you are not going to use pharmaceutical testosterone in a syringe and put it into your body, there's actually no benefits to you as a lifter to actually know the word testosterone. Okay? It should be a meaningless word that doesn't really mean anything to you from a practical perspective. In other words, we know it's a hormone, right? You know that. Now, when people say it's the male hormone, that's not true because women have it and men have estrogen. That's not how it works. There's a ratio between the two that men versus women have, but it's not the male hormone. If a woman doesn't have any testosterone, she's going to have health problems and zero sex drive and all sorts of stuff. It's not a male-only hormone. Just like with men, if you don't have any estrogen, you're going to die very, very young. You're going to have bone problems. You're going to have brittle bones. You're going to have tendons that snap easy. You're going to have no sex drive. You're going to have heart attacks very young. See where I'm going with this? This idea is not based on reality. So let's get back over to the other point. If you're in the normal range, there's going to be no reason for you to worry about it. Meaning I had actually a guy try to tell me, well, I've got mine tested multiple times and I'm really upset that I'm in the lower part of the normal range because of a medication my doctors give me. It's like, because I used to have a higher level, and it's like, what a waste of your time, and to actually contact me about it. I want someone to think about that for a moment. When we know that being in the normal range near the higher or lower end makes very, very little difference on your performance and muscle mass, it might affect your attitude, your mentality. It's not going to be 10 pounds of muscle difference, though. It might be a pound or two. It could be a couple pounds of muscle over many years. Sure. But it's not going to be like 10 pounds difference for you to be in the top 1% of testosterone producers versus being, close to clinically low. There's going to be, a couple pounds of muscle difference over years. It's not going to be this night and day difference. It's just not. All right? And that's reality. That's what the data shows. That's what we know. It only matters when you start getting to super low levels. In fact, I had a client who was at super low levels and making gains still, and he's just like, I don't feel good. Something's off, because he had been self-prescribing his own TRT and been using, black market stuff to do it. And he got his testosterone levels tested, and they were less than 100 nanograms per deciliter, meaning because he had already had crashed levels and had been on TRT and stuff for quite a while. And then he had been putting his own in. When he got completely fake testosterone, his levels cratered to almost zero. Now, he didn't feel good. His energy was a little lower, but we were still making gains. And that's what he was surprised at. He's like, I went and I got it tested. And he goes, but we've still been gaining muscle and strength while you've been coaching me, while I have levels that are way below clinically low enough to qualify for a prescription. And he was shocked. I'm like, yeah, because with really low testosterone, you can still gain muscle and strength. It's just going to go slower. Okay? So guys start worrying about this stuff when they shouldn't, who are in the normal range. But this other guy, and he's going to hear this, of course, like he was really upset. He's like, well, I used to be like whatever, 800. It was a very, very high percentile, and then I got prescribed this medication, and now my levels are like 450. All right, 450 nanograms per deciliter is actually healthy. It's considered to be good health, right? There's nothing wrong with that. It's just not, you don't have a really high level. But that's normal. Say if you're 25 years old and healthy, that's actually a reasonable level. You know, you're probably reasonably healthy there. It's not considered low or even close to low. It's in the healthy range. Yeah. So he was really upset about it. I'm like, well, what are you worried about? First off, why are you getting it tested and stuff? If you don't feel the need to go on, why would you care? Why'd you get it tested to begin with? And then you got it tested again a couple of times after you're prescribed a medication just to find you're still in the normal range, and then you're upset about it. Over what? And I'm like, well, are you going to go? Are you going to pen? He's like, well, no. Like, so why did you bother to get your levels tested? Like, why would it matter? Why do you even need to know what testosterone is if you're not going to use it? And people say, well, you know, but what about overall health? It's like, okay, but if you're overall healthy, then unless you have a dysfunction, your testosterone levels are going to be at a healthy level. In other words, if you're handling all the other stuff in your life, then your testosterone is probably at a healthy level unless you have a secondary problem, and in which case your lifestyle is not going to fix it. You're still going to have to go back to seeing your doctor to get it put into your body. Okay, so what do I mean? Do you work out? Do you keep your body fat at a reasonable level, not too high, not too low? Like you aren't trying to be shredded while drug-free. That'll crash your testosterone. You're not walking around with a big old belly. Okay, do you lift weights? Do you have healthy fats in your diet? Do you eat, fruits and vegetables? Are you physically active? Do you work out? Do you get sunshine? Do you try to get a decent amount of sleep? Okay, if you're doing all these things, then you've literally done everything that you can do for your natural testosterone production. There is nothing more you can possibly do that's going to help it. So we come back over to, why do you need to know about it unless you're like, oh, if it's low, I need to go get on a prescription. So unless that is the reason you're getting it tested, it's a complete waste of your time. It's a waste of your money. It's a waste of your energy thinking about it, because there are no benefits. In other words, if it isn't as high as you would like it to be, what are you going to do about it? Get more sunshine, eat more vegetables in your diet, lose some body fat? I mean, that's all you can do. There's literally nothing else you can do, because test boosters don't work. And if they really did, they would be the same as just pinning it. You would still probably be cheaper and better just pinning it, even if they actually did work, and they don't work. So my question to people is, what's the point? Why are you getting it tested? Why do you care about it? Unless you think that it's low and you're like, I'm about to go over to the dark side, which again, I'm perfectly fine with. There's nothing wrong with that. If it's low, it's probably in your best interest anyways. All right, guys, well, that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.